no problem, we wait. Hello, everyone. Good evening in Latvia. Good evening in Europe. Good evening in Europe. Good evening, 5 p.m. in England and Scotland, and 12 o'clock a day. Hello, everyone, or good afternoon in America. So today we starting this live Choral Stories Forum, and I would like to greet everyone who joined us already, and also everyone who will be listening this after. So today we have very, very unique event online where loads of people will be sharing their own experience about their own life, how they improve their health using, I am pretty sure some people heard of it, some people not, the health concept, the Choral Club's health concept. We're not going to talk about facts today and scientific facts, but today we only will share the live health stories. Today we only will share live health stories from a people whose life has changed massively and drastically using health club concept and nutrients. So we have quite a list of speakers, so I'm really happy to greet everyone again. I'm really happy. A year ago we had first a Choral Stories event, online event as well. So we doing this year again, and I'm pretty sure we will be doing them quite often. So people around the world can hear these stories and know that there is a solution, there is a better life and a better health option for you and me. So on, first, I would like to introduce the first speaker. She's a wonderful and unique, wonderful lady. Her name is Vineta Medunecka. She's from Latvia, and actually she is that wonderful lady which is the beginner of these choral stories. Actually, she started them in Latvian, and now we're moving in English, so whole of the world can understand and hear these wonderful stories, how people's lives are changed through nutrients and health concept. She has been studying and discovering this health concept for quite a while now. I am thinking for 12 or 13 years. And what's happened? She's a person which started this great big movement of people around the world in many, many countries, in America, in UK, in Europe, and outside the Europe, people who actually learning from her lectures now, from her knowledge, changing their lives. Children, families with many, many health problems, they are changed, thankfully, to this lady. So I would like to introduce Vineta Medunecka, and I would like her to say some words to us and introduce us where and how Choral Stories started. So very welcome, Vineta. We are happy to greet you.
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everybody. I am very happy to be here today. Yes, like you said, Choral Stories forums have already taken place in 5 different cities around Latvia for Latvian people. It's 5 times. And I am very happy to welcome you to the second Choral Stories event in English. And thank you, Liga, for your initiative. Organize it. You are a great person, great big woman who are providing it in English, English-speaking public. And it's a pleasure that we have met today again to provide these knowledges to English people too. And I advise everybody in this evening to open your hearts and to listen these true stories, because only positive true stories are able to help other people and can change the world to the light. And I wish you very, very valuable evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinita. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind words. I honestly, truly hope that this information and encouragement will let people to find solution in life, how I can help myself and my family to solve these problems, which are actually with me for all these lives and lives, and seems no one can help me. So as a first, I would like to introduce you a male or man from America. His name is Peter Clark. Peter Clark itself, he's traveling around and he's on holiday. So he himself won't be live on today's event, but he recorded the video message and left it for us. And before I introduce him, I would like you to just a little bit listen what he's saying. What I really liked from his life story, that he is a person who works with plants in a third generation. And what I really like, he said, to grow these plants and grow this actually farm, we put so much effort and nutrients and knowledge to grow them healthy and strong. And he said, I never actually asked myself a question, why do not do it in my life? Why we do not do it for ourselves? So then later he met these couple of women who knows the herbs, who knows the health concept. And he actually started acquiring this knowledge and changed his life, and his health massively improved as well. So he actually realized, he got the revelation that not only animals or plants or agriculture in our life needs these nutrients and knowledge and proper care, but our body too. So Yuris, which is our technical producer, I will ask you to put Peter Clark for us. Thank you, Yuris. And we are ready to listen Peter Clark and his knowledge. And thank you.
Hi, my name is Peter Clark. Other people know me as Jimmy. I am a third generation horticulturalist. My grandfather, father, even my brother have all been in horticulture, and I grew up on nurseries. I've grown millions and millions of plants in my life commercially. And the amount of effort and interest and quality we have put into the ingredients that go in to make these plants suitable for eating, for showing, for gardens is quite incredible. And one thing I realized many years ago on meeting this lady who introduced me to corals, was that we put so much effort into all the minerals and nutrients that go into plants, and yet we don't do this to ourselves. We monitor the magnesium, the potassium, the nitrates, the phosphates, and yet we don't seem to do that for our own body. We don't really look at what we're taking ourselves. And the one thing I learned from this lady was that really interested me was the relationship between the advice given on taking things like magnesium, zinc, all these things that we just don't take in our normal diet. And I realized that after all these years, that it almost feeling a bit stupid, that why don't we do this to ourselves? So I took up corals many years ago and started to use them. And I really do feel the effect is quite positive. I take magnesium, zinc on a regular basis now. I try and take other information advice. And the one good thing about corals is that they do offer very good advice. I looked around for a long time trying to find information. I went to the high street, And a lot of people in the high street, no offense to the ladies or the gentlemen serving you, but they don't really seem to understand their products. Whereas when I talk to someone from Coral, they have a real interest in their products and they have a knowledge of their products. And also, I quite like the fact that those products are sourced in a positive way, in a very quality way. If they don't have a product available, it won't be available, because they take pride and they take care in the quality of these products and the quality of the ingredients. So even taking into account water, when we feed plants and when we water plants, the pH and the nutrients involved in the basic water is one of the key elements to growing. Things like polyanthus and primrose require slightly lower pH. And then I learned that that you can use the Coral products to mineralize and control the pH of your water. And now I regularly take the things for the water. I drink my half a pint every morning, trying to clear my liver down before I eat anything else. And I feel much more confident in myself, knowing that the water quality of the water I'm drinking is the right pH for my body and works very well for me.
Thank you, Yuris. Thank you very much. And thank you to Peter for him sharing this story. He shared that story. You know what I really liked? He said, I like these people who helped him. They were very, how to say, they knew knowledge. They had the knowledge. They knew information, how to help each other. And this is the one thing what we like in our society. Actually, we caring about each other. We care about each other and we help with the knowledge. And when we receive that knowledge, we know our family becomes healthy. We can pass it on. And that's what we have in here. And also, I like Peter actually noted that all this effort going into plants, he actually realized we ourselves need to care about hydration, which is the first point of health concept, hydration. Then it's second point is cleaning or purification. Third one is feeding and so on. So we're not going to be talking about deepest information, how and what to do. We can contact our consultants. But as a third one, I would like to introduce another man from Scotland. Yay! Scotland is my favorite country in the whole world, actually. I like these pipes. I like these big hills. I like that wet weather. And I like all the, it's really, really beautiful. Maybe because I've been watching Outlander. Everyone knows Outlander film. But actually, I would like to introduce the man from Scotland. His name is Kevin Smith. And he will be sharing his true life story, how his family actually solved many, many, many unsolved problems. You know, when you years and years, you struggle with eczema and you struggle with other issues and you can't find solution, you are ready to listen and to try to find solution somewhere else. So Kevin, I would like you to tell people around the world how you and your family found solution and how you and your family changed lives, thankfully to Coral Club's nutrients and knowledge. Please, Kevin, are you ready to talk and share the information to everyone?
Oh!
Hello, hello.
And thank you for inviting me on here today. Like you just said, I'm here to talk about my experience and about my family's experience. Now, for years and years, I've always been a big believer in you should always listen to the doctor. If you've got any kind of health problem, go see the doctor. Any kind of issues, go see the man. He knows what he's talking about, and that's all there is to it. Now, when my daughter was young, my son, and also my missus, I mean, they suffered from eczema and went to doctors quite a lot, always wanting new things to try and treat the eczema. And nothing ever seemed to work. Now, the missus got introduced to Coral products, and myself, I was very, very skeptical. I just says it's just another one of the run-of-the-mill market things. No one's going to do nothing, maybe work for a little bit, but that's it. Now, she started taking them and she started feeding the kids them. And over a course of a few weeks, you could see a huge difference. The eczema started to clear up. Her skin wasn't so dry and flaky and cracking. And I just thought to myself, you know, this could just be a combination of the doctor's medicine working and also these vitamins working in conjunction. So I was still very, very skeptical. Now, also the problem with the kids over the summer period having hay fever. Now, we couldn't go out in the grassy areas, we couldn't go in hay areas, we couldn't go farmlands and stuff like that because their eyes would just stream, they would sneeze, they would cough, they would just have sleepless nights, puffy eyes and everything else. Now, again, the missus decided, right, we'll get stuck into these vitamins, minerals and supplements, make sure they get feeding. And straight away, you could notice that they weren't so congested, they weren't so flared up. And now they have no hay fever whatsoever. But still, I'm very, very skeptical at the time. So
Okay.
it wasn't until I suffered from sciatica. Now, if anybody ever has sciatica or know what sciatica is, it was horrendous pain. I could hardly move, I could hardly breathe, I could hardly do anything. I had to just lie on a floor and not move whatsoever. Now, it's an absolute nightmare when you've got kids because you always want to hug them, you always pick them up, you always want to play with them. And I just couldn't. So I went to doctors and he advised me that you can take strong painkillers, but I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with this forever. We can recommend therapists, we can recommend massages, give you doses and doses of vitamins and, well, painkillers. But the chances are this is going to be a lifelong thing. Now, the missus says to me, look, I can give you some products to help you. And I says, I'm in so much pain, I'll try anything, honestly. So she put me on a course. Within 3 days, I started to get flexible again. Within 5 days, I had absolutely zero pain. Now, I thought to myself, right, okay, this could just be relaxation of the muscles, relaxation of the discs, untrapping the nerves. So I'll keep doing this and I'll see what happens. So I kept doing with the vitamins, and I can honestly say, touch wood, I've never had a flare up in sciatica ever again. It was just a one-off thing that was cured. And I said to myself after that, right, this stuff's really good. So then I started to look into this health concept and find out exactly what it is. And it's about understanding how to heal your body, give your body exactly what it needs from the inside out. So I thought, right, this is good. I mean, my daughter, eczema is completely cleared up. My son's eczema is completely cleared up. Their hay fever is completely cleared up. Even the missus' hand, who was like quite bad eczema at the time, really red raw, she's never had a problem since. Now, a few months ago, after a long time of using coral products, I thought, right, okay, I'm okay. I can stop doing this thing. I can chill out. I developed a condition called Bell's palsy. Now, for those that don't know what this is, it's one side of your face. It can be both sides, but me, it was one side of my face. It just stopped working. My face was down here, and it looked like I had a stroke. Now, I decided I was a bit scared. I went to the doctor. The doctor says, right, this is Bell's palsy. It could last from anywhere between 12 to 18 months. What we're going to do is we're going to give you very, very strong steroids, some eye drops, and some eye cream that you put on at night just to make sure that your eye doesn't dry up, because obviously you can't blink. And the steroids, hopefully within 6 months, will start to kick in. And you'll start to feel muscles again, and you should be okay within about a year's time. I went, right, okay, no worries, because I was very scared. I thought, right, the doctor must know what to do here. He must know how to help me. So took these steroid tablets, wearing an eye patch at night, and putting cream and oil drops in my eyes. After 2 days of using these steroids, I suddenly got really aggressive. I was outside shopping with the family, and I was just so annoyed by people in my way, people parking cars wrong, people just standing talking in aisles, and I was getting really, really aggressive and angry. Now, I didn't understand why, because I'm not usually like that. The missus says, look, this could be because of these steroids you're taking. And I went, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know, but I'm going to chill out. I'm going to keep taking them. because the doctors advised me, and I want this to heal up pretty quickly. So one more day of taking them, I developed extreme hiccups. I mean, extreme. Couldn't sleep, couldn't move for about 40 hours. I was constantly hiccuping. I was bringing up stomach acid. I was bringing up stomach bile. I was being sick in the sink all the time. And I read these leaflets that you get with the steroids. And in rarer cases, you will develop extreme hiccups and you can produce bile. Well, I said to myself, right, this is not a rare case. This is actually happening to me now. This is not one of those 1 in 10 million, or I am one of those 10 million, because that's it. So what I did was scrunch them up, put them straight in the bin. Up my dose from the usual vitamins, up my dose from the water. 2 to 3 weeks later, my face was perfect. It was back to normal. There was no problem. I didn't have to worry. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I was going to be on these steroids, these creams and these eye ointments for between 12 and 18 months. But just giving my body the vitamins and minerals it needed, that it maybe was lacking to help it kick in. I got rid of my Bell's palsy within 3 weeks. Now, for these events to all take place just for taking natural food supplements and natural vitamins, it's an eye-opener for the world. You can actually help your body. You can help yourself to heal any kind of illness or disease just from taking the proper nutrients. Now, for me, this is now my career. I'm more than happy to come on and share my life story, my family's life story, and everything else to tell people, look, maybe you know somebody affected this. There is an escape from it. I mean, there's people out there that are spending years and years and years living with eczema, living with Bell's palsy, suffering, when there's no need to suffer. You can look at a health concept and sort yourself out. And that's about it. Now, that was my story.
Wow. Thank you, Kevin. I am really excited. I really enjoyed your story. Thank you, Kevin. I am actually shocked because I never heard your story in full, and I didn't know your story that much. So eczema, your wife's and child's, so hay fever, so your own health problems. And I liked how you said you do not need to suffer. I can see parallels with my life when I suffered 3 years with my child's heavy mid-ear infection, and I was relying on doctors and steroids and on creams and pharmaceutical medications and many these diagnoses doctor was giving us. Maybe we try this, maybe we try this. And I didn't know what to do. And I said, I am not a medical person. I rely entirely to them. But like you said, you do not need to suffer. You just need to know people around the world that there is a solution. And when you actually start caring about your own body, using natural extract, supplements, hydration, purification, proper cellular nutrition, your body sorts it all out and you find you're healthy. I'm happy to see you healthy. I'm happy to hear your family's healthy. That was a wonderful story. Thank you very much, Kevin. Excellent. Thank you. I hope people, you hear out that there is a solution. Eczema, psoriasis, and many other diagnoses. You know, when we actually rely too much trying to find diagnoses and patching up something, maybe it will work. If you know exactly what to do, like we do, hydration, purification, cellular nutrition, and immunity boost. Yeah, your body actually on a cellular level works absolutely fine and recovers. So thank you very much once again. Really exciting story. I hope, guys, if you don't understand that little bit Scottish accent, I would advise you to listen 2, 3, 4, 5 times again. I love Scotland. It's great. Okay, next one coming up. It's a wonderful young lady. And she's from Latvia, but why we included her story in Coral Stories, because I've seen around the world so many people struggling with psoriasis, with skin problems, with it's the same as well. Like Kevin said, hay fevers, many fevers, allergies, and they don't know what to do. And you know what's funny thing? These people normally are taught to think that just patching up with ointments, creams, and something on top will kind of help you. But we know, and these people around the world know as well, it never helps. It actually never solves the problem. And the thing is, that patch, it just works for a short amount of time as a, you know what, just patch you like, maybe I will be okay, but we coming back to the same problems and then again and again. So that's why we included Evita Tidmane, Evita. She will be sharing her unique story, how she, I don't know how many years, Evita, you tell us, you were dealing with psoriasis and how you solved it. What helped you? Again, we will be talking about health concept, but guys, Evita solved the skin problem, psoriasis, and it seems never came back to her. So Evita, we are happy to meet you and listen your wonderful story. Can you share that with us? Thank you.
Hi, Liga. Hi, everyone. I'm really glad to be here tonight with you guys and to share my health story, because I think that there are a lot of skin problems out there, not only psoriasis but also eczema, etc. So I think this information is really important to share. Yes, I will tell you something more about how it happened with me, because everything started actually when my parents got divorced like 11 years ago when I was 25. And after half a year, I was diagnosed with the psoriasis. And also I got other health problems in the same time, which were like being like having my thyroid gland not working as well as it should, and also started some stomach pain and other health issues. But of course, first when I went to the doctor with my skin problems, it was just like small dots on my body. And they took the analysis, and it showed that yes, this is psoriasis. And the doctor introduced me with this illness. This is not you cannot cure it. It's for a lifetime. You have to live with it, and you have to take these steroid ointments and all every day. When you have these dots, just try to put on, and everything will be fine. What happened next was that during these first 8 years with psoriasis, I went to the hospital for 3 times with very big inflammations. The people who know what means inflammation of the psoriasis, it's a very bad condition when you have to go to the hospital because your skin is covered with red patches all around the body, like from 50 to 70, 80%. And you have to spend days and days in the hospital having antibiotics, having these steroid ointments all around your body, and having all other procedures in this hospital. So it's very heavy load of pharmaceuticals all the time. So first 2 times it went quite well in the hospital, and I got better after visiting the hospital. But in the last time, it was 3.5 years ago around, I was leaving the hospital in a very bad situation. Nothing got better during the hospital visiting, so I was really looking for some other solutions in that time, and I I found an information about alive water, which is alive, which is bioavailable water. And I really wanted to try it because it helps to purify the body very, very effective. So I bought it and really started to feel this energy, because I was also tired all the time. I had I had this stomach pain. I had headaches all the time. So I started to drink this water. I liked it, and then I also read more about the health concept and started to clean my intestines, because all the skin problems are not connected with your skin. It's connected with your gastrointestinal tract. It's connected with your liver and with your kidneys. So first, you have to clean and purify your body from the inside, and only then you can see the results on your skin, how it improves, how the skin gets better from month to month. So it took around 2 months for me when I started this body cleansing programs from Coral Club, and it was around 2 months when my skin was clean, absolutely clean from this point when I left the hospital, and after 2 months I saw big improvements. Also, I saw that I'm not tired anymore. I have a lot of energy. I don't have headaches anymore, and also this stomach pain were gone. So basically what I did, I was just going through these cleansing programs and taking the cellular nutrition after that, and my skin recovered. So I since then, it's already 3.5 years, and I regularly I'm doing these body cleansing every year, 3 or 4 times a year, because I know that everything is connected with my intestines, with my liver. So I'm cleansing. Doing cleansing programs every year, and following up through these procedures. So everything you need to do, have proper hydration, as you said. Then you have do this the body purification regularly, on a regular basis. Then you can have this results and which are long-term results. And then you have to take the proper nutrition for your skin, for your cells in the cellular level. So the minerals and like zinc and others. So yes, just like that, I can say that this health concept really saved my life, and now I can enjoy it together with my family on the beach, and I'm really happy that I found this solution through Coral Club. And yes, oh, Yuri, thank you very much. I forgot already about my pictures. The first picture on the left, you can see the last day in the hospital. I left the hospital with like 70% my skin covered. As you can see, all my legs and the stomach and the arms here are covered with red patches. So it was also really painful. I couldn't sleep. And the picture on the right, it's after 2 months on a vacation in Italy. So my skin is already clean. And yes, I'm really thankful for this information people were sharing, and I could find this solution, and now I'm sharing it to others. So I'm quite happy that with my story, I have helped already to many other people which I know, which I'm consulting, and I'm really, really glad that I have this information and I can help others. So thank you very much.
Wow, Evita, thank you very much for your story. As you said, someone's story encourage you to follow. And this is exactly, guys, what we are doing here today. We are sharing our life, real life and life stories, family stories, our health stories, so someone else can follow us and find this solution. And this is actually what I'm trying to tell people all around the world. You do not need to suffer all your life with skin problems. Skin problems is just a very high toxicity in your body, and you do not need to solve just trying to patching up, try to patch up the skin with steroids and ointments and different many creams. Just start with your intestinal digestive tract. Clean it, but friendly way with natural herbs. We done it. We know it. It works for every single person, and it works for every age group. So it's either children, either it's adults. So Evita, thank you very much. Really, really encouraging story. You said that you got better, so much better in 2 months. I just got a little question. I'm assuming that it could be different for people. For some people, it might take longer, right?
Right. For some people, it can take half a year. For another one, it can take a year. So it differs from person to person, because our bodies, it's a unique system for each one of us, and you have to it depends from this toxicity of the body, how many years you have suffered from this problem, and you have to start step by step, very small steps. Sometimes these are really just only drinking the water, then you are starting a mild cleansing program, then you are renewing the cells, etc. So we are evaluating each person's situation individually, so it can take a longer time. Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
but,
thank you
yes,
very much.
results are always coming if you have your patients with you.
Oh, okay, guys. So patience, and I noted one thing as well. Evita said that her problems actually increased and escalated when she had stress levels in her life, increased, and anxiety came. So many people, and normally ask me as well, could be anxiety actually related to skin problems? I normally say yes, they do, because stress and anxiety actually increases all our health problems. So thank you very much once again, Evita. Wonderful story. I just want to encourage people all around the world, just hear us out. Hear us out, guys. It could work for you as well. If it works for us, it definitely can work for you as well. As the next person, I want to introduce you, wonderful lady from England. She lives in England. She is Ginta Bondere. I like to think of her as a very unique health consultant, because she seems to be working with really, how do you say, heavy or hard with a heavy diagnosed people or diagnoses, and she has that patience to work with them, to lead these people through these hard times in their life. And Ginta will be one who will be sharing that absolutely unique story. I actually, guys, couldn't believe myself that it could happen, it could work. Ginta will be sharing the story of one lovely lady, Smuidra. Smuidra, unfortunately, I think she maybe speaks a little bit English, so Ginta will be passing this story because she's her health consultant, and she will be talking about multiple sclerosis. I repeat once more. Yes, guys, multiple sclerosis. This is actually a diagnosis for a whole life. And a woman who has been diagnosed with this, she was actually paralyzed for quite a long time. But patience, hard work, support, massive amount of support from Ginta as a health consultant actually helped that woman to get to absolutely new stage to her life. So Ginta will be sharing that story. I would like you to listen that wonderful story. because this woman is now not paralyzed. She's making her first happy steps in life. Ginta, I would like to join us and tell this wonderful and unique, amazing story. And actually, patience, hard work, but also nutrients and health concept, how it worked all together. Ginta, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Have you heard me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you very well.
Oh, thank you. I hope for this opportunity. I'm very thankful for this opportunity, and I feel very humble. I already wrote everything because I'm afraid to forgot something. So that is not my story, but Smoidra's story. My friend from Latvia, and about multiple sclerosis. I suppose everybody have heard about multiple sclerosis as one of the most severe and incurable disease, because doctor's opinion is if you had it, then you must live with it, like immutable judgment. That's forever. And Smoidra was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 1998 and 1999. And in 20 years time, this illness just progressed as expected, as usually is. And when I contacted her in the beginning of last summer, year ago, she was in a bed already for 5 years. And disease was with the time gradually progressed, and her movements become more and more limited. Her left side, not whole body, but her left side was almost paralyzed. She had pain in the joints, cramps in the legs, and eternal headaches all the time. She cannot read because of blurriness and double vision. She cannot move because her hands were numb and she can't move herself in a bed. And her mother had to move her frequently in a bed and to change her clothing and bedding. And even eating was difficult. And not because she could not hold a spoon to feed herself, but also because she had problems to swallow. She often choked, yeah.
Yeah, choked, yeah.
Yeah. And if it is your daily routine, you become very depressive and hopeless. And that's why when I suggested Smoidra to try coral water to alkaline the body, she didn't believe that something could change in her life. But I insist at least to calm down stomach pain, what she had. And then she started with water, with the mineral composition of corals and antioxidants to flush out the years of accumulated waste. One might think, what is special to drink water? And what is special in water as well, as water. But in Smoidra's case, that was a big effort. When she started to drink water, she had get up even 12 times in the morning till midday, 12 times to empty her bladder. And that was the first sign that body starts to clean itself. That was good sign. And after 2 weeks later, she called me telling that she feel like the ground underneath. Her feet had regained the ability to feel the floor. I cannot imagine how it is to not to feel the floor when you stay on your feet. But for her, that was something what she didn't feel for a long time. And so that by small steps, other processes in her body began to come to life. Just a few months later, she rang me again, telling that standing on her own, she had washed her hair and dressed for Sunday Zoom meeting. For the person who so long cannot control her body, cannot control her hands or legs, that was a very big achievement. And there was just half of year of that. And now, only a year later, she already had left the house and attending church services on Sunday. Of course, she needs help and she needs support too, and she needs a wheelchair. But she is able finally to meet her friends, to leave the house and leave her bed. To be honest, when I encouraged Smoider to start cleaning process, I cannot imagine such a quick success, such a big changes in that short time. For her, it was a big. It wasn't an easy job. It was needed big effort to exercise herself, to try to exercise her legs, control her hands. And Smoider's story proves that diagnosis multiple sclerosis is not an inevitable outcome that one should put up with. There is no incurable diseases. It's only contamination of body. When you clean your body from all these impurities and give to the cells their building materials, as previous speakers talk about it, body retains the ability for their proper functions. They get back their ability to live. And if you are interested in products and in protocols that we use, you can ask me. But by the way, Smoider is learning English now, and not only to read and move, but also language. And so maybe in the future, not a long future, you can contact her directly and ask her about her experience. Thank you.
Wow, Ginta, excellent. Guys, this is such a touching story, actually. It is very, very touching story. Just hear me out once more. Multiple sclerosis, as Ginta said, is not inevitable outcome. It is not something you need to live your life with. You have choice to actually work, to change, to purify yourself, to start with like basics, like Ginta said, just coral mine water every day. Actually, the hardest job on the planet is work with your own, to work with yourself, not with someone else, to work with your own, to renew. And body, we can actually see all these life stories. Body and cells have got ability to renew themselves. And we see these massive changes in people's lives. So Ginta, thank you very much. And I really hope one day we will hear Smoidra talking about her own story. By the way, how old is she? How old is she now?
About 40.
She got 40. Cool. So life starts at 40. Smoidra's life starts again at 40. Imagine when you got hopeless life, you can't get out of bed, you can't go and meet anyone, anywhere, you just stay actually stay on bed, and suddenly you are able to feel the ground under your feet. So I hope you enjoy our stories. Ginta, thank you very much once more. I encourage people to listen once more these stories and actually see in their own life as well these experiences. It works. It works. We see with different ages and diagnoses. Okay, guys, so as the next, thank you very much, Ginta. I'm really touched by this story. So as the next, we move into lady in Latvia, Sanita. And Sanita, again, will be sharing the story about Kuperose skin. I don't know. Actually, I don't know all these diagnoses. Do you know what's Kuperose skin? I am not really sure. So is it a skin problem? Yes or no? I don't know. So Sanita, when you're ready, we are ready to listen your story. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. I'm ready. Of course, Kuperose skin is not my biggest health problem, which I can say had, because 16 years ago, I had diagnosed hepatitis B, and I think it was the most difficult health problem, which I solve also during the using health concept. But since I had this hepatitis B, and I will explain why, my skin become more and more sensitive and cuperose. Many years I thought that the ruptured blood vessels and redness of the skin is a skin problem, but I was totally wrong. The skin only reflects the processes taking place in our body. For at least 2 years, I have now, yes, I'm not performing laser procedures anymore, and I see that the health concept can stop the further development of Kuperosis. So, how can this be done? First, we must understand what Kuperosis is. Yes, and this is not problem of the skin mostly, because this is problem complicated. First, it's a problem of blood circulation system. This is an effect of UV rays, yes, especially in summertime. In wintertime, it's different between temperature, plus and minus. Inside we have plus, outside in our region in Latvia, sometimes we have -30. And of course, it's not good reaction for the sensitive skin and cuperose skin. The most important cuperosity is inflammation processes, the same like for psoriasis process, yes. And in my life, of course, when I have problem with the liver, I understood later that cuperose also is effect of liver problem and intestinal problems. So, and overall, cuperosis also is a reflection of toxical processes in your body. So, what was I like before I started following the health concept? I drink very little water, very, very little. I was like a camel, you know, who could drink, for example, I can drink in a day 1 cup. It was enough. Tea and soup, but it's not a water. Yes, it's not a liquid, which I need. Usually I had low blood pressure, and I can say in my daily life, when I'm working with the persons, I can see that mostly, okay, let's say 90% of those who have low blood pressure usually are the owners of cuperosis or sensitive skin. So, so it means that low blood pressure is the same blood system problem, because as high as low, it's not normal. So, and at that time, of course, I had liver problem. What did I do? And doing health concept, I can say I'm 4 years, I'm not the client of infection department in our main hospital, because I understood that my analysis of liver, of blood is good. I changed the blood pressure from low to normal, yes, and I'm not using anymore any drugs which are very strong for hepatitis B patients. So, and why I'm talking about cuperosis, because it is really my latest result, because since 2 years, as I mentioned before, I'm not using laser procedures for cuperosis. And I can see that cuperosis actually stopped to develop even for example, in autumn and in springtime, even it becomes less. Of course, in wintertime and in summertime, my skin reacts. Yes, I feel this reaction of UV stars, sun, and the winter time. So what did I do? First, I reduced the effect of toxins in my body, and I'm doing it regularly. For example, Evita is doing it 3-4 times. Actually, I'm doing also 2-3 times in a year. I'm using Coral Detox Plus program, which includes also very alkaline minerals with coral mine. It's a composition which we are putting into the water and making water alive. And I'm using it daily because living in a region, a capital, I do not have access to live water, and I must buy water in a shop. But you know that water in the shops is not alive, and it cannot satisfy and fill the function of the water. That's why, of course, I'm using coral mine composition. So daily I'm using also very strong. I really didn't know any other natural antioxidant and so strong alkaline product as H500, and I'm using it daily because if you have toxic processes in your body, it means that you really need to live day by day thinking about how to decrease these processes in your life. And I found it with alkaline water and alkaline product H500. So I mentioned that the cuperosis is a problem of blood system, and H500 is also antioxidant. And additional, I'm using 3-4 times in a year C vitamin. Why? Because C vitamin helps blood vessels to make it stronger, and it's also natural antioxidant. Also, sometimes I'm using Q10. So what next? 2 times in a year, I'm doing really deep cleaning of the body, which functionally helps my liver and all intestine system. And this is very important because I mentioned inflammation processes. Usually inflammation processes are starting to develop in the body where intestine system is dirty, very dirty. So, and inflammation processes also can be stopped by products, with 2 products, for example, which I'm using for liver, especially for liver, I'm using Fun Detox because you understand if you have hepatitis B, it means, especially when it's chronic form, it means that you need sometimes, in my experience quite often, use drugs. And now I changed drugs to extracts and herbal natural products. And Fun Detox is the most helpful for liver, to help liver detox, because when you have such diagnosis, it means just simple toxins from foods make liver be toxin double, yes, and it's necessary sometimes to clean the liver too. And Fun Detox is a fantastic product which helps to do that. So, and also inflammation processes, I can stop with omega-3 and liposomal form of curcumin. So maybe it's not right. Yes, now I remember curcumin, it's not English name. Maybe you can help me to remind me how it was. Yes, it was not. But still, orally, I'm using also 2 times in a year hyaluronic acid in a product type Biluron. It's also a unique product, and Calogan. And Calogan, which I found some months ago, and it's also produced in Coral Club. It's really fantastic because nowadays it's the highest dose of natural Calogan per serving, and it's in hydrated form. It means which is most effective and bioavailable form. So, and I saw the first results on my skin when I was just 1 week after I stopped to use Calogan, and I was in Egypt. I swallow my skin, especially my face skin, and I was, oh my God, now the cuperosis will be stronger. No, because I think also because of Calogan, which I used 1 month before, it helps me to stretch the blood vessels. And really, I was happy to do not see these results, which usually I saw on my skin after swallowing in sun. Okay, what I'm doing on the skin. On the skin, I'm using in the winter time emu oil because I have oily skin and it's not for me comfortable to use emu oil in summertime. Yes, but in winter time, it's perfect. It's really helped me, and even more, it protects me even in winter time. I'm using also spirulina capsules, open it and make with the water really natural mask and put this mask on my skin. Why? Because as spirulina, as scalp algae, they really are very comfortable and useful for sensitive skin and cuperous skin too. So, and I'm not using strong foaming detergents because they are very aggressive for cuperous and sensitive skin. So I explain you what is the cuperous. It's not a skin problem, but it's a more difficult reaction of the body of processes which are inside the body. And I also wanted to explain you what I'm using daily. And look, great health problems, when you are solving them, you can see also result on your skin. And I'm sure that cuperosis can be stopped with natural products too. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunita. Actually, quite interesting insight here, guys, in the middle was how Sunita changed from drugs and from pharmaceutical, products to the natural. So that transition is possible. And also, we actually, from today's story, we know that our skin is just a mirror from a processes happening inside of us, from amount of waste we accumulate by the time of our living and being. So what we eating, where we living, what we taking in, what processes happening inside. So also, as Sunita mentioned, she again mentioned hydration, and she mentioned actually many other products. What we can, guys, if you're really interested, you can contact any of these people presented today, because we all are educated, and as soon as we come here, we have actually courses in education which helps people to understand how our body works and what our body needs. So that health concept is actually knowledge, and knowledge what works in life in a practical way. Okay, as the next one, I would like to present you teenager. Wow, guys, we never had teenagers before talking about teenage skin problem, because many teenagers are actually convinced that skin problem is only surface problem again, right? So I would like you to introduce to Adrian, who will be sharing his knowledge and his solution to teenage skin problem. As we know, teenage skin problem is not only the surface problem, but it's also emotional. People are afraid to go out, what other people will think of me. And it's really important for our teenage children, especially for girls as well, yeah, to look good. And Adrian actually will be sharing this wonderful information, what happened to him and how he solved that problem. So Adrian, you're very welcome. I'm really happy to greet you. You are the first teenager in Coral English Stories ever. So I'm really happy to see you. Adrian, are you here?
Yes, hello. My name is
Cool.
Adrian.
Cool.
And I want to tell you a story about my pimples. So, like 2 years ago, I got cold sores, first on my face and then on my back. And mom was more freaked out than I was. And we made a bet. I believe the cold sores are the action of the hormonal system. In the end of the day, I am becoming an adult. Mom was sure that the food and the dirty intestine is the main problem. We made a bet on €2, and I started a whole intestinal tract program, Healthy Gut, that lasted 30 days. Every 10 days, other natural substances. I have a strong mindset, and I obediently followed the instructions. Drank alkaline water with coral mine. I did not eat sugar or sweets or white bread or smoked food or fatty food or fast food or sausages. It was the hardest part of the challenge. And I did not drink carbonated drinks. And within a month, my skin calmed down. So no new pimples formed. And my mother then admitted that yes, the problem was also the hormonal system, which partly reacted to sweets and toxic foods.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Is that all, Adrian? Adrian?
Yes.
Cool. So who won the bet? Who won the bet?
So basically, I don't even remember if we made the bet, but she says that we did. So I think that she won it because my skin was getting better, but I don't remember if we made it.
Cool, Adrian, that is great. I'm actually happy. You are a great teenager. You know why? If you make your mind and you follow what you made up your mind for, you will achieve in your life anything. So thank you very much, Adrian. Cool, really good, really good. So guys, look, yeah, it's not just surface problem, but as I said, Adrian actually mentioned we have wonderful 30 days healthy gut program. This is one of my favorites. It is so nicely made. Yes, you see, Maya as well commented that she loves this program. So I love it because it's so uniquely combined with loads of many ingredients every 10 days, and they change. So you actually feel so much renewed and clean. So people can find out later about this if they want to. Adrian, so thank you very much once again. So this is for teenagers here out. If you struggle with loads of shingles and loads of sores and loads of other problems, so your main thing is down to healthy gut. And also, as Adrian mentioned, our daily diet, so obviously sweets, yeah, sugary intake is really important as well. So to put it aside, okay? So it's all down to our whole healthy habits. Unique. Thank you, Adrian. Really enjoyed your story. You need to talk more, actually. So as the next one, we come into wonderful lady from Latvia. She is really, really unique and really tidy. I know her as a really tidy, really everything in order, everything in wonderfully managed. So she's wonderful and unique. And she will be sharing her story also about skin problem. Why? Actually, guys, I see today we have many, many people who have these different kinds of skin problems. And with every story, listening them, I actually realized that people should hear all these stories out and to understand that your skin problem is not the surface problem. Your skin problem is a mirror of what is happening inside of your body, of your amount of toxins, waste, of your gut, how do you say, purities, what's inside, and skin is just reflects it. So that's it. I would like you to join us and tell your wonderful story. And I know you have not only psoriasis solved, but you actually improved as well your sleep qualities, your sleep disorders disappeared, right? That's it. I would like you to share us your story. Hi.
Hi. Well, my name is Dace. I live in Riga, Latvia. I'm a librarian, work in a library very many hours by computer screen. By that time, when I got psoriasis, I also worked in a professional association. I sang in a choir, and I had a little baby at home. Right now, he's 6 years old, but by that time, he was 4. And I had too many duties. I didn't sleep well. I had anxiety, a lack of energy. And by that time, I also decided to start a healthy lifestyle. I started to work out 3 times a day. I started to eat healthy. I changed canteen meal to my homemade meal. And then suddenly my skin problems popped out. I was diagnosed with psoriasis. I went to the doctor and asked for a solution. And she said that, why do you have to lose your weight? You look good enough. And it's actually what you eat. Maybe those salads are bad. Okay, yes, greeneries. And this didn't help me. I had a treatment. I had these creams on my skin. I had itchy skin, okay, yes. And it was really sensitive skin for me. I couldn't go to swim in a pool because then all the skin was covered with psoriasis. After that time, I was looking for a solution. I saw and noticed on the Facebook there was a video of Evita Tidman. And she was talking about her problem, how she solved her skin problems in 2 months. I was actually so amazed that I was looking for more information, how to reach her, how to find the solution. And I started to drink bioavailable water. After that, I cleansed my body from toxins and pathogens. And also I had this healthy gut program as Adrian. And after that, I nourished my cells with vitamins, minerals, amino acids. And I did this program for 5 months, I think. Psoriasis problem was solved in 2 months, I think, yes. But I didn't solve the problem of my sleep. And after a while, I was doing this deep cleansing of my body, and then I suddenly think, okay, I woke up early. It's 6 a.m. and I feel good. I am rested after my night's sleep. Is it really true? So this is my freedom, that after this many years of being anxious, of having body and mental stress, I finally can feel that I'm rested, I have more energy, and my skin problems are solved. So this is truly amazing what's happening.
Wow, thank you very much, Dace. I have a question for you, because that lady who talked in the beginning, Evita, about psoriasis, she had the pictures. Do you have any or not really? People tend to not to picture themselves when they have these skin problems, right?
I didn't have photos at the beginning, but when this I was showing my pictures from my doctor, because the psoriasis problem didn't go well, and I've sent photos to her, but this problem was a bit in some places.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but on my feet there was a big that itchy place left, and it was a most biggest problem that was left.
Patches. Okay.
Yes, and but now after this deep cleansing, I noticed it's all covered up. It's all okay now.
It all
I didn't-
disappeared.
It
Disappeared.
disappeared, and I didn't notice it, but then I looked down and it's not there anymore.
Okay, thank you. That's a wonderful story. So I want to point out, guys who are listening us or who will be listening in the future, I want to point out that all these people who are talking about wonderful and amazing health results, they have one common thing. They all talking about these steps of health concept they have been following. So first one is hydration with coral mine alkaline mineral water. Second is purification or cleansing of intestinal tract, digestive tract. Third one is cellular nutrition, and so on. So, and it's interesting that this health concept works absolutely for all kind of years and diagnoses. So thank you very much. That's really interesting. As the next one, we come into an end, guys, so be patient. As the next one, I would like to present you the lady from Ireland. I love Ireland as much as I love Scotland. And like Ireland people sometimes say, what the hell are you doing? But I really love Ireland, and I love Ireland music, and I love Irish weather actually as well. It is beautiful country. Evita will be sharing her wonderful story, how health concepts have changed her life. She had torn meniscus, which is a knee problem. She will I'll tell you more about it. Panic attacks, which is very important for people. Nowadays, people are so stressed, and also sleep disorders, which Datsa mentioned as well, that she, by solving her skin problems, she solved many other problems. So Evita, you are on, so very welcome. And please share your wonderful story to us.
Hello, everyone. You would love the Irish weather now even more, because we have 26 degrees here today.
Yay!
Very, very untypical Irish weather. But anyways, yeah. So the reason why I came looking for help to Choral Club was my bad knee, which happened during the Latvian national dance that I started when I was 39, and I didn't go to doctors for them to do the damage. I always did the damage myself, not knowing how to take care of my health all my life. So I never drank water. I didn't eat healthy. It's just like the damage happened slowly but surely, obviously. I was taking supplements from health store before I joined Choral Club, but during that period of time, I suffered with ligament tear in my arm. So obviously I wasn't helping myself much with them supplements anyway. And my sleep was bad. I developed panic attacks. I had them for 9 years. And then that meniscus tear was what brought me to Choral Club. So I'm not going to go into details what kind of products I was using, because I drank probably gallons of Biluron and the rest of the stuff, tons of everything. But so when I started taking product in September, and I never quit doing my dancing either. So the only thing that I bought in chemist was the elastic band, and I bandaged my knees, and I still kept whatever way I was able to do the dancing, I still kept doing my dancing. So I noticed that I stopped experiencing pain every day after about 2 months taking the product. That was roughly around start of December. And then few months later, let's say 5-6 months later after I started taking the product, I just noticed that I don't experience any pain at all, not even after the dancing. And then it was, let's say it was September when I started taking the product altogether, and October I started taking stuff for my nervous system, and it was just basically an immediate result. If somebody was only telling me that as a story that they experienced, I would never believe that this is even possible. My panic attacks that I had for 9 years, they were gone just literally on a day when I started taking Griffonia, is the product for nervous system. And I thought, sure, they will come back, because the work was always crazy busy during Christmas time, and Christmas time was coming up. And I said, there's no way I'm going to go through Christmas period at work without any panic attacks, not even one. I never experienced one panic attack, even Christmas time. And sure, when I fixed my nervous system like that, so my sleep improved also. Because I was just going in dead circles with my nervous system. Obviously now the panic attacks and the bad sleep, I was just exhausted all the time. I was waking up tired, I was going to bed tired. I was actually too tired to go to bed. I sometimes sat on the couch for hours before I actually had strength to get up and actually move myself from couch to bed. And so I was going nowhere with that. So that was fixed, which helped a lot. While few other problems got fixed, which I wasn't even hoping to fix, like cold sores. I used to suffer with cold sores every winter. That they started popping out on me when I started the detox, but then after that first year, they never came back to me again. The time of the month doesn't bother me anymore. I used to suffer every month for my sins. That doesn't bother me anymore. So my hormonal system is balanced as well. My skin improved. What else? I can't even think of all of the problems because it's all fixed. You can only think of something when it hurts. When it doesn't hurt, you forget about these things. Just if I can mention a few other things that, my dad, for example, his stomach ulcer and duodenal ulcer that he had for 40 years, we fixed that in 2.5 weeks for him. He stopped taking medicine that he was taking for that 40 years. So that was fixed. His blood pressure, we got under control in few months. That doesn't bother him either anymore. Reflux, he suffered with bad reflux. That's fixed. He sometimes takes stuff that he's not supposed to take, like pickles and stuff. No, but and then he feels that it's coming back, and I said, you have to stay away from this, and then it goes back to normal. My husband quit smoking after 30 more years smoking, and during the quitting, he lost 11 kilograms. Usually people gain weight when they quit smoking, but he lost weight. I can't not to mention my cat. My cat used to suffer with autoimmune disorder. He had episodes of chewing himself, and then there was one episode he had his back chewed down to the skin, bleeding and everything, and then few years later, he had all 4 of his legs chewed down to bleeding, and the steroid injection was the only thing that stopped him doing that. And then another bit later, he had episode where his ears covered with really, really bad infected scab. I thought he's going to lose his ears because they really looked rotten. And while I was waiting for doctor to come back with the test results, I started giving him all of the stuff that I had at home, everything like antioxidants, fatty acids, anti-parasite stuff. And his scab started clearing after 3 days. They went from yellow to brown. I was okay, there's some kind of progress happening. we keep going, and then the doctor came back confirming that it's autoimmune condition he has, and he suggested me to put him on steroids immediately. And I said, no, I'll wait, because we're doing something here now and it's showing me good results. We never had to go back to the doctor to take the steroids. He's good. Since then, he never had one single episode. So that's roughly my story and my four-legged and two-legged family story.
Super, Evita, that is amazing. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed your story because I never ever heard it before. And actually, guys, what you can see here, it works. Nutrition and proper systematic approach and health concept works for children, for teenagers, for women, for men, even for skeptical men. It works for our animals, it works for our grandmas and grandpas. And we are sharing these stories today to you to actually prove there is a way out of your diagnosis. There is a way out of your constant problems. Like Evita as well said, you know, it's anxiety and these, you know, disorders and panic attacks. They actually really escalate the other problems as well with your body and your health. So guys, just hear us out, these wonderful stories. The last one, Evita, thank you very much once again. It's like, you know what, you had the package, but you actually changed that package to health, actually put it away, traded it away. So thank you very much and enjoy your wonderful sunny weather. Yay, we haven't got sunny weather here. So it's good you enjoyed that weather for us. So as the last one, I would like to share the short video story of my husband. His name is Christopher Reimer. He's British, and he was also very skeptical, the same as Kevin. You know, men are skeptical normally. Women actually are ones who try to help family and children. And they try to, we went to doctors for so many times with my children health problems that it never worked. So I actually started looking for a solution. And when we seen, it was in the first week after 3 years, struggling with a hearing problem, with mid-ear infection, with sleep patterns, and with swollen nose full constantly, and lots of other things. It's a cold flu, temperature, coughs. It's all packaged normally with children and hearing problems. We, within using starting using colloidal silver, we seen an improvement, massive improvement. So pains disappeared. My child's health started improving, and my husband was shocked, like, wow, that works. Can't believe it. He was really, really skeptical. And what happened next? We actually started looking more deep into health concepts. These all people were talking about, and we were thinking it's probably kind of marketing trick, but it wasn't. It was just people's stories, the same like we're talking today, to tell the people around the world, hear us out. These are our stories. If it is working in our lives, it will be working in yours as well, because we are all humans. Cells and systems and organ systems are the same, and it works for cats as well, and dogs and humans. And what's happened here, I said to my husband, we actually need to follow that health concept what people are talking about. At that time, my husband had asthma, and he was diagnosed with asthma since 8 years old. A little bit later, he sort of grew out of it. Yeah, he said, oh, I don't feel it that bad. But he was constantly on steroids. So people normally think that's a normal kind of life. You know, you're all your life on steroids. If you do exercise, he couldn't do exercise without steroids. And he was really struggling at exercise time with his breathing, because asthma kind of deepened when he was exercised. And when my child was having problems, doctors looked at my child and says, oh, it's probably the same coming from dad. So he put my son on the steroids. So I was like, no way. I want to live differently. I want my family free of all this. So what's happened? We said, let's try And I put my husband, he didn't have choice. I put my husband on anti-parasite program, and quite heavy one, because signs were all there. We are not going to go into science when people have parasitical infections in guts. You can see the signs, you know. It normally develops in skin, in the breathing, and so on. I'm not going to go into it. Asthma quite often are connected to parasites and infection and toxins inside of the body. So what happened with my husband? He was quite obedient. He was skeptical. Okay, if you say so, because we live in one house, we sleep in one bed. And I said, you have no choice. So if we go all through this, we go through all this. You see, Data says she got also asthma, but it bothers me only in, okay, cool. So he was bothered really when he was exercising. You know what's funny happened when he went through the parasite cleaning anti-parasite program, which we have as well in Coral Club, designed by specialists, really nice different type of kits. He actually noticed when he exercised, he feels so much better. He can breathe freely. He has no problem, breathe or no breathing difficulties. And now I can see him, he is exercising and doing like 100 kilometers, up to 100 kilometers in one go. Mountain biking, which is a quite rough terrain. Yeah, it's not the road biking. So he is absolutely fine. And as a guy who has no asthma, actually can't keep it up with him. He's actually can push harder. And he is, since we've been using it for 2 years, he's off steroids at all. So he said, I don't feel I actually have an asthma. We didn't go to doctor anymore to check, but he's off steroids completely. And I want you to listen just very short Christopher's story where he shares this information himself. So to make sure it's his information. So thank you, Yuris, very much. This is a Christopher, and let's listen to his short story.
Everybody, I'm Chris. I'm 42 years old. And when I was in primary school, so when I was about 8, I was diagnosed with asthma, and it was actually quite serious. I was on inhalers every day, and before sports, I used to be on steroids as well. When I was about 15, I sort of grew out of it, that I didn't need the medicine every day then, but I still was unable to do sport without the steroids, and that just became a normal part of my life. A couple of years ago, we started taking coral, so started drinking coal mine. I did detox program and anti-parasite program, and now I'm absolutely fine. I have no problems at all with asthma. I do mountain biking and I cycle for 4 or 5 hours at a time. I play tennis, no problem. I play squash, and I actually have no breathing difficulties at all. So my asthma seems to have completely disappeared, and I'm enjoying my life now fully. So thank you. And
okay, thank you. Thank you, Yuris, very much. So thank you to our technical producer. He's supporting us and all these events. He's always here. So this was the last story today, guys. I want to thank every one of the speakers who shared their life stories with the world. And I really would like to tell all the world and people, listen once again, hear us out. And here, maybe you can find your solution here, because life with diagnoses and constant painkillers and medications and constant overload with medications and pain and anxiety and skin problems, this is no life. And we've seen in our life that there is a solution, and we changed our lives using this health concept, using this knowledge, actually listening our consultants and changing our life from medical load, medication load, to nutrients. Hey, even Evita got her her patient. Here he is. Here he is. He's waving as well. So I suppose Kat is happy.
This is the patient that took Coral product and improved. He's a big fan of corals.
You see, guys, so that herbal extracts and nutrients work for every single one. So I thank you once again for this wonderful evening and for your courage to share your story, because not everyone can share their own stories. You need the courage to share it. And I hope world will hear us out and change their health and life as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Check out when is the next Coral Stories in English. We will be sharing more stories. So thank you and have a good evening or have a good night or bye.